guys. Welcome back. It's been a while. Um, some things, you know, in life, minor things in life happen that basically left me with practically no time to do any recording at all. And since it's been a while, um, I really do not remember much that happened during week two for me. You know, I do have written down like a part of it, but for the most part, I don't know. So, and I typically go off memory. Like, I don't, like with the other videos that I did before in previous semester, I would have a script, which is why it sounds so robotic. It's like, and then I packed up my stuff to go visit my parents over the weekend. Like, it was always like ending the same way. And I'm like, oh, yes, I went to visit my parents during the weekend. Yeah, that, I have time. Um, but So basically, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not really having a script. It's more like I'm noting down like things that did happen, but I'm just basically going to have to go off the top of my head. And because of that, and since it's been such a while, a lot of that stuff is just forgotten. I just don't really remember it. So we're gonna try our best. But basically, for week two, what had happened right with Monday, of course, just have to go to classes, and since it's week two, that's usually when you start actually having to do some work. Um, in these classes, they don't just do all of the introduction and introduce yourself to everyone and whatnot. Let's try to get to know each other better. Now we gotta try to get to know the material of the class better. So yeah, I pretty much don't really have anything to say about classes really delve into each one specifically because it is still week two, so like, no, there's not wholly much that's going on, of interest. Like, of course, I could be like, oh yes, we learned to do this, we learned to do that, but mm, and who cares? That's the problem with the last semester videos. Too much stuff was being said where it's like not very interesting, but basically for what I did write down is that in our class of digital media and storytelling, we began with our movie trailer editing unit. So basically what the teacher had us do was just compile a bunch of photos, off the internet, just grab them off of Google and whatnot, and try to make a movie trailer out of it, adding, of course, the sound effects, voiceover and all that. And for mine, basically, I'm not going to show it because, well, when you get someone to try to edit a movie trailer when they have barely any experience editing, that sort of stuff, you know, kind of have to put your expectations low. And let's just say the final product is not the greatest, but it's passable at the end of the day. But I still won't show it. Um, Also think, no, I was gonna say it's probably copyrighted things, but I actually don't think there's anything that could be copyrighted on it. But also, I don't know. So, to my knowledge, I don't have any like copyrighted music, but I don't know. Heck, they might be able to get me on something else. Um, but basically, the premise is that there's this British siblings, and it's the older sister and younger brother, and they're like very young, you know, probably like 10 or younger than that. Um, and the younger brother is like, oh, hey, sis, have you ever thought about the stories that have never been told, basically? And I don't think so. Even though I didn't see in the trailer, I would say probably not. I would say she probably has not thought of that at all. There's other things more important to her than, stuff that potentially just doesn't exist or never happened. But basically, he goes into about how, you know, the land that they, are walking on, the land that they are living on, once had, story about this courageous knight, you know, and who teamed up with a, archer, very skillful archer and a mage, who, mage, she knew where to lead the heroes, the team to complete their objective, and that is to defeat, the bad guy, pretty much. And even though I feel like in the trailer it isn't really, explained well, basically what I was going with was that this little boy, young British boy, is pretty much the reincarnated version of this old evil knight, you know, this heroic knight from, centuries back. Um, yeah, that's basically what my trailer was about, you know. Mhm. So other stuff that happened during week two, actually, one thing that I didn't write down in week two, and a main reason why I haven't been able to make these videos, um, was that I am not jobless. Okay, the previous semester I was jobless. I'll admit that, but it's okay. It was okay for me to be jobless. Now it's not. Now in this semester in this economy, it's no, no. And yeah, that's practically the main reason why I've had very little time to, make these videos because the previous semester, like I'll just record them typically on like, during the weekend. Um, have them uploaded like at the end of Sunday, typically. Um, Nowadays I don't really have that opportunity. Not because I am working to really on the weekends, because I'm not. I have Sunday off at least. But also on Sunday, like now that the I have these other days that I have to work, that also reduces the amount of time I have to just do my assignments. So that will take up a whole bunch of time. So we have, you know, going to school full time, working part time, and then doing this on the side. It There's just too much to do and very little time. So, this has had to be put on the back. Like this is the second week video. I'm in the fifth week. I still have to do the third week and the fourth week before I have to film the fifth week, which would be at the end of like this week. Probably have to be around Sunday when I record slash upload the week five. So I still have time. But yeah, basically, and the only reason I'm doing this right now is because of the fact that I just do not want to have another week, another video week, just to add on to like, okay, this is what I need to do. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. But yeah, and I also just realized I didn't really go into depth about what really happened throughout the week. I only focus on one of my classes and, you know, just added towards the end the fact that, oh yeah, I got a job by the way. But that's kind of just what all I have to say. You know. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it's going great. I'll say that. Okay.